our lesson 3, and we're gonna talk about the percent proportion. I gave you these notes last week. Percent proportion problem. I gave you all different examples and where you would put the letter, and then how you solve it. And you solve it by doing the cross product, or sometimes we say cross multiplication. You guys are so used to saying, remember, it is over of equals percent over 100, but you just need to note that the is my part, and the of is the whole thing, okay? The bottom half of these notes, you do not get to do it this way, okay? I know, so I've taught a couple different ways of how to find percents, and I'm gonna show you a couple different ways again, but you cannot use this method today. You have to stick with the percent proportion. So when you get your assignment, and you have to solve and find the percent, or find the is, or find the of, you need to set it up as a proportional problem. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you might want to keep this handy. We are not even going to look at page 121, we are just going to move on to 122. If you look up at the top of your page, it says use the percent proportion. These are the exact notes we wrote down and took last week.
Oh.
So everything in this box is on that paper. The only difference is they used the letter N, I used different letters, and we had a few different examples for numbers. Okay?
Yep.
In a percent proportion, one ratio or fraction compares part of a quantity to the whole quantity. So it's always comparing part to the whole. The other ratio is the equivalent percent, written as a fraction with the denominator of 100. So you know that if I got 4 out of 5 is 80%. So when I think about writing that, like, let's just think I had a quiz and I got 4 out of 5 correct. That equals 80 over 100 because it's 80%. Because it says it is 80%. You guys understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bless you.
Bless you.
Our first examples. Now, when I write and I'm going to box and I'm going to circle very important key phrases or terms, I want you to box it and underline it and circle it as well. Because I'm going to expect to see that on the assignment. When it says what percent, whenever you see the what, that's what you're trying to find. And then I've got my of 15 is 9. So when I come over and I know it's the is over of equals percent out of 100, I want to know what percent. So that's what I don't know. So I'm going to put a letter, whether it's N or X. And I say of 15, so the of is on the bottom, is 9, so the 9 is at the top. You guys understand how I took that apart and circled and underlined?
Yep.
When you do it that way, you're not going to make mistakes on where it goes. The other thing, if I have the is over of equals percent over 100, put a box around this. Percent is always on the right hand side. 100 stays put. It never goes anywhere. It's permanent. It's like a brick. I'm not going to move it. But your percent can come and go. Does that make sense? So percent will always be on the right. So if I come down and I had I should go back up here and finish it. I want to see what you don't see in the example. I want to see you circling your cross products. And I'm going to say that it's 15n equals. Now, 9 times 100 in my head.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do it in your head and put 900 here. But then show that you're dividing by 15, dividing by 15. N equals, this is where I can stop and I can use my calculator. 900 divided by 15 though is 60. So let's look at letter A. What percent of 25 is 20? So I need to know my what percent. So that is my letter. 100 always stays. What number is going to be on the top on the left hand side?
20.
20 because of the word
Is.
and then what's going to be on the bottom? 25. To solve this, we do the cross product. So I have 25n equals 2,000. Divide by 25. Divide by 25. N equals 80. Because that is where you could use your calculator. Now, I'm going to show you another example. When I got this set up, I put 20 over 25, and you're going to write this, equals n over 100. Can I go, do I know I got from 25 to a 100? What? Times 4. So can I do that to the top easily?
Yeah.
It's just like with ratios, but you are showing me that you're setting it up the ratio and that you're showing me what you're multiplying by. Yeah, I just don't want the answer. Okay, you can't just give me the answer, you have to set up the ratio. So if I do B, $12.75 is what percent? So what am I trying to find out?
The person.
Okay, so I'm trying to find out the percent again of 50. So what number goes on top over here?
$12.75.
$12.75. What goes on the bottom?
50.
50.
Yeah.
Do I have to do cross product?
No.
No.